Good morning. It's nice enough out here.
Yeah.
My kitty's kind of scattered, so.
Well, they saw that sweater. Here, we'll have to take a picture of that sweater.
I got my kitty cat sweater on again. It's been days and weeks since we had any packages in the morning.
Yeah.
There's my buddy. Good morning, Tux. Good morning. He's the only one that came back over to see me this morning. Of course, I think he chased Slate to the other side of the carport. It's not really her fault. Stripe's about at the point where he wants belly rubs. I cannot get a good picture of this guy because this is how close he is to me. He never goes any farther than this when I'm up here, ever. Don and I are headed to Whole Foods for our piece of Christmas Day prime rib and some other stuff. And we're taking Ruby because we already had loaded up bags and return bottles and other stuff in her, and it just seemed easier. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome, pretty girl. We got everything?
I think so. And you guys know that Whole Foods is not that far from our house. It says 13 miles. We're here by South Park, so maybe 14 miles. 30 minutes up there is about what we would allot. But the thing to notice here is that she is jogging us around the traffic in Fuquay. You know, Main Street's got all kinds of issues right now, and you know, Christmas and construction and everything, and she's actually jogging us around the traffic. By jogging us around the traffic, I mean she's not taking us straight up Judd Parkway to the intersection that leads to Walmart. She's having us cut across behind Main Street and then come out over there on Purfoy by the Bojangles and just shoot straight up Holly Springs Road to get into Cary. So she's basically avoiding the most busiest intersection in Fuquay. Yeah, this is the traffic coming into Fuquay, so maybe we want to not come this way today. I mean, it's only 1:20 in the afternoon. Wow. And we saw plenty of traffic even though Ruby routed us what was, I'm sure, the faster way. Yeah, I forgot to mention that what was in the software update that Ruby put on the day before, 2020.48.12.1. It's just a bug fix. If it had been like the Christmas update or something, I'd have been all over it in yesterday's video. Bug fixes are just sort of, well, not exciting.
So there's a lot of talk about the Mach-E, and I think the Ford should be pretty proud of themselves. I think they've done well. I believe that the initial production run of the Mach-E is going to sell very well. I think there's a lot of people who weren't going to buy a Tesla because it wasn't a Ford, and so those people, big Mustang fans, are going to definitely consider and probably go with the Mach-E. I think people who are cross-shopping between the Model Y and the Mach-E, they could, quite a few of those could fall this next year, maybe through the GT, Mach-E GT, they could fall towards Ford because of the $7,500 tax rebate. But I believe that inherently that Tesla has an advantage that Ford's not going to be able to overcome, and it's just inherent in the dealer model. In other words, I believe with the Mach-E, we're going to find out how the dealer model is either going to survive or is going to survive by slowing down EV adoption, or change in such a way to accommodate EVs and possibly move forward. But here's the thing. Tesla had no choice when they started selling electric cars over the internet. There was no choice. They couldn't build a dealer network. If you tried to go out and build a dealer network, that you were already having a price problem with your cars. Electric cars, especially early years, price premium. They could not afford the dealer profit on top of the Tesla. So by selling it on the internet directly to consumers, they remove one level of profit. Now I know that everybody says, oh well, new car dealers do not make money on selling cars. But I would tell you, they may not make any money, but they don't probably lose money selling new cars. That showroom, the high rent district that most car dealers are in, they're on the main thoroughways, all that overhead is paid for, because if it wasn't, they'd go out of business. So those new cars are paying for that. Yeah, maybe the profit's made on service. I got that. And that electric cars don't need service, so dealers aren't, chomping at the bit to sell electric cars because it's going to hurt their quote profit. But here's the thing. Tesla's going to keep selling on the internet. I believe other people are going to be doing that also. That overhead of the dealer model and their need to make profit is always going to cause the Mach-E to be more. It's just Tesla is relentless at trying to drive the costs down. Ford, the manufacturer, may be relentless at trying to drive the cost down of the Mach-E. However, the dealer is absolutely motivated and incentive to get as much money as they can for every Mach-E they can possibly do. They have no incentive to drive their costs down. So I think that's going to eventually break the Mach-E. Is why maybe the first year is going to be great sales, second year, but let's talk that third year. What's the sales of the Mach-E going to be in the third year? I think that's when the dealer model is going to either have to have adopted and evolved, or it's going to start holding back, because Tesla is cutting the price of the Model Y or increasing its value almost every day, certainly every month. So Ford is going to be up against that. So enjoy it. And that $7,500 advantage they have isn't going to last probably much in past next year. I think they're within 50,000 cars of getting to 200. Then it's going to go down. And I don't know.
Subject to change.
Yeah, subject to change. And the other thing is,
for both companies.
Yeah, where Tesla was adamant when they hit the 200,000, they actually doubled and tripled down and turned the production volume to max, till 11. Ford, I don't think they're going to ever turn the production volume to 11 on the Mach-E. I don't think they will ever do that. And so they're going to waste that 12 month after you hit 200,000. But as Marianne said, with the new administration coming in, who knows what the EV subsidies will be. In some respects, I hope they get rid of them. That way we won't have to listen to it anymore, and just get people to buy an EV because it's an EV and not because you're getting some kind of a subsidy. And I understand that Consumer Reports just did a survey of their readers, and attitudes towards people are certainly considering buying electric vehicles. However, they have the what do they call that? The transition point. It hasn't flipped over yet. They have not. Critical mass isn't now in the U.S. Leaning towards EV. I think in Europe, it's proven now that the legacy car companies, they're constantly being surprised by how many cars, the demand for EVs is accelerating, and the demand for gas or ICE cars are falling off. So that's in Europe. That hasn't happened here, and it's probably not going to happen for a couple, 3 more years. But I think that that day is going to eventually come. And one of the things we can do, I think, is to some extent is get rid of the subsidies. I think that just muddies the watering myself.
So on Facebook, you know, I monitor several local city town groups, and like we all do, probably in our own areas. And this over here, you know, Don and I had sort of thought this was, you know, new construction for developments and houses. But what this is where 540, I guess the southern loop, is going. So they're really clearing out a large area for the turnpike to come through here. And a lot of people are sad to see these trees go and progress too. So I learned this morning that on the 401 in the direction Johnny and I go to his school, go to downtown Raleigh, they're going to put in a Costco at 1010 and 401, and that's also because there's an interchange on the I-540 going in over there too. So I don't know, it's a lot of construction. And you can't stop progress, but sometimes progress can be a little painful. Yeah, I mean, all these people with these nice, quiet country homes. And wow, that's work is coming pretty close to them too.
I think that's the on-ramp, off-ramp.
Yeah, probably so.
The widening of the roads to accommodate the on-ramp and off-ramp here at Kildare Farm. I'm sure there'll be a exit at Kildare Farm.
And the landscape in the next 5 to 10 years over here is really going to change. All right, I'm trying out a new look today. The store has been crazy, so I'm going to relax with the confections. Poor Donnie, he's here helping, but I came out grumpy. My checkout experience wasn't good today. You don't put milk in the same bag as a thing of flour.
Right.
That's just, you just don't do that. And nothing was double bagged, and everything was over bagged. And I'm funny about cold things with cold things and dry goods with dry goods. If you'll just do that, we're good. But we had trouble doing that today, so I got frustrated. The shopping experience today was everything I figured it would be, right? I couldn't reach stuff that was high on the shelves. They were out of things. It was too crowded. People were too close. People didn't have their masks up over their nose. Look, if you're not gonna wear it right, just get yelled at and don't, I mean, anyway, I don't know where people's heads are really. I'm glad I'm out of there, and I may need one of my apple ciders when I get home. I think that's what I need. I think that will start off the rest of the Christmas weekend in the right frame of mind. I told Don he could thank me in advance for that. His only job was to sit in the car and provide curb service and help with loading, because he wouldn't have wanted to offend in the store today. It's not for the faint of heart shopper. It's got to be this, you know, heavy duty shopper people in there today.
Yeah, there was a constant stream of people. I'm very impressed. I mean, there were a lot of people, and I would say overall the parking in the parking lot, the people were letting people get in and out of their parking places. I only saw one close call where a guy in a pickup truck, of course, was zooming up as this poor lady was trying to back out of her place. And you know, it's like, other than that, that was the only oops. Everybody else was moving at nice slow speed and taking their time and stopping and letting people turn into a parking place or back out of a parking place. So that was good. I would say there was a little bit of a Christmas spirit and kindness going on there.
Wow, we're on Johnson Pond Road, and they've took out trees over here now too, and right next to the water where it's so pretty. I don't know if that's related to the turnpike also or something else. Too many changes too fast, at least for me. I am headed out in Ruby while Don's on his run to play pogo and stop at the Taekwondo school and maybe one other little Christmas errand. And then I'll be home to cook dinner. I kind of moved wrong while I was putting groceries away. It wasn't one of those, oh, I'm not going to be careful, I'm just going to do what I want to do things. It was like, oh, I need to do that. I reached down, pulled on something, and oh, I shouldn't have done that. And so, yeah, I set it back a little bit. That wasn't so good. I'll have to be more careful. I'm trying to be careful. I am. I'm asking for help in everything. It's impossible to be me some days. Well, bummer. I was just a few minutes too late. You guys probably can't see him, but Don's got his green running shirt on and he's heading off over there down the trail. I missed him by a few minutes. Johnny's up to 7 stripes now at 10, so that would be a little over 6 more months. He'll be ready to test for his 3rd degree. Wow. Johnny would want me to note that the bus here at South Park is the CNG bus this afternoon. Always thinking of my boy. Could it be 4 Lego packages? Are they all for me? Hey buddy, you looking for me while I'm cooking dinner? Hey buddy, I can see you.